بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Hello my dear student. I am Mr. Hamad Ahmed from Riyadh Salihin Model Schools. Inshallah, I will explain Mega Goal 1 for first secondary stage. First of all, open your box, page 6, and let us discuss this lesson, please. Riyadh Salihin Model Schools, secondary stage, first grade, unit 1, big change, pages 6 and 7. Okay, now open your box, page 7, and you should have a pen and try to write down some important notes with me. Before starting the lesson, we should know some important information about Saudi Arabia. First of all, when you are asked whose flag is this, who can answer? Yes, good. You can say it's the flag of Saudi Arabia. We knew it, yes, from the sword and La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. And I think every one of us can recognize his. Before starting, let us listen to the text. Now, there are 4 paragraphs. The first one is about the unification of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The second one, the United Arab Emirates and space race. The last one, the communications revolution. Let us listen to the first one. Listen carefully, please.
The world is constantly going through changes. Look at some important events that have changed the world and affected the lives of many people in modern times. The unification of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. King Abdul Aziz, a gifted leader and dedicated warrior for the cause of Islam, was responsible for the legendary
Try to follow him.
That marked the beginning of modern Saudi Arabia. In 1902, he regained Riyadh, beat the city garrison, took the Masmak fortress, and established his headquarters.
Now you are asking, who established Saudi Arabia? Next, when did he regain Riyadh? And some information from this passage, the unification of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Let us go to the second one, the United Arab Emirates.
In the city, he expanded Saudi Arabia. The Federation of the United Arab Emirates, known as UAE, consists of 7 sheikdoms: Abu Dhabi, Ajman, Dubai.
Now, you should know some information about it. As we said before, King Abdul Aziz established Saudi Arabia. He regained Riyadh in 1902. Also, there are 7 sheikdoms in UAE, the United Arab Emirates. Let us go to the third one.
Fujairah, Ras Al Khaimah national currency, was launched in infrastructure. Abu Dhabi Grand Prix at Yas Marina Circuit, and Dubai is home to the tallest building in the world, Sputnik 1, on October 4th, 1957. Next, Sputnik 2 went up into space on November.
As you know, there is a conflict between Russia and America. In what? In which field? In the space race. The Russians launched the world's first artificial satellite, Sputnik 1, and America wants to win the race in this field. There is a competition or a race between Russian and Americans. The last one,
The Americans won the race to land on the moon more than Al Saud flew on STS-51G Discovery.
Revolution. The first communications satellite called Telstar was
If you
launched
look
from
at
Cape
around, if you look at around us, you can see the communication revolution from the internet, from the TVs, from satellite, from the phones, cellular telephones, wireless and high-speed internet connections. All these things lead to the communication revolutions. Okay? Now, go to some questions about this message. Part 1, listen and understand. When you are asked where is the Masmak fortress, why was it important for King Abdulaziz to conquer it? What does UAE stand for? What was the space race? What countries were involved? Yes, you can say the Masmak fortress is in the center of Riyadh. Why was it important for King Abdulaziz to conquer it? To take or control the area. What does UAE stand for? United Arab Emirates. What was the space race? It's between Russia and America. What countries involved? Let us look at the answers. Where is the Masmak fortress? In the center of Riyadh. Why was it important for King Abdulaziz to conquer it? Because it allowed him to establish his headquarters or take more areas or take the control of these areas. What does UAE stand for? United Arab Emirates. What was the space race? A race between the Russians and the Americans. Who could land on the moon first? Which countries or what countries were involved? The United States and the Russia or the Soviet Union. After listening to the text, you should read it again and underline the difficult words such as launch, establish, unification, dedicated, warrior, legendary, officially, social, infrastructure, and space race. When you are asked what the meaning of launch, yes, sent into space. Establish means set up or start. Unification, yeah, making one. Dedicated, devoted. Warrior, soldier. Legendary, from legend. Officially, formally. Infrastructure, under structure. Space race, space, yes, competition or space for Russia and America. I will give you the meaning in Arabic. Launch يا شباب معناه يطلق زي يطلق صاروخ مثلا إلى الفضاء أو يرسل إلى الفضاء. هي معاني كثير طبعا بس هي دي اللي عندك في الدرس. Establish معناه يؤسس. Unification توحيد. Dedicated متفاني. Warrior طبعا محارب. Legendary أسطوري. Officially رسميا. Social infrastructure طبعا اللي هي البنية التحتية. Infrastructure. Social طبعا اجتماعي. Space race اللي هو سباق الفضاء. Okay. This is the first question, part 2. It's very important to match between these words. Yes, from A and B. To affect means yes, good. To affect, to take part, no. To produce a change, excellent. To produce a change. To launch, launch means to send into space. To take for granted, yes, good. To set up, no. To accept as part of life. To establish, yes, good. To set up or start. To host, good. To provide a place for. Next. This is the answer: to affect, to launch, to take for granted, to establish, and to host. This is a drill for you. This is the drill for my dear students. After reading the passage, you can put T or F, true or false. From your understanding, from your reading, Sputnik was the name of a Russian spaceship. True or false? Good. True. King Abdulaziz sat Saudi Arabia on the road of or to modernization. It's true or false? True. Good. At present, the UAE has 10 member states. It's wrong. It's what? Yes, good. 7. The UAE dirham came into use in 1963. It's wrong. 1973. Digital forms of information are something of the past. It's wrong. Are something of the present. Finally, before ending the lesson, you should go to your workbook and answer this question, page 1, and inshallah next session we will discuss it with us. Thanks for your watching. Mr. Hamada has been with you from Riyadh al Salihin Model Schools. Thanks.